Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, wherever in the world you are watching from. Welcome back to the Esports World Cup Central broadcast. We have caught you up on the action for Street Fighter 6, Teamfight Tactics, and Fortnite. And of course, Fortnite will be starting in just a little bit. So we are stopping our coverage to once again welcome a very special guest to the sofa. Just before I intro my guest, I would like to say that this introduction will be done by the newest member of our broadcast team. On his third day of broadcast, young Blakey boy is going to be introducing SypherPK. I hear you're a big deal. How big of a deal is Sypher?
Sypher, obviously one of the top Fortnite streamers, top Fortnite YouTubers, top UEFN creators. How are you doing?
Dude, I'm doing fantastic. I just got here today. I saw some of the venue and the arenas. Like, this is absolutely insane. Like, it's incredible to see how this all came together.
That is awesome. Talk to me a little bit about your travels. Blake, when we looked at like player names and people stuff, Blake was just like, you have to get Sypher on the show. He immediately was pushing to get you to come visit and whatnot. Have you been able to travel? Where in the world has Fortnite taken you?
I mean, I have traveled quite a bit. Just this journey right here to get here, I went from Austin, Texas to Jordan and now here in Riyadh. So I've done a little bit of traveling. Luckily, I am not jet lagged because I was on this time zone for about a week before getting here.
Stream of life, eh?
Absolutely. I mean, we're staying up late. We're waking up early, whatever it takes.
Yeah, and I wanted to point out, you were actually on vacation and you cut it short to come to the Esports World Cup, correct?
Are you serious?
I was on a vacation for about a week, and I started tweeting like, hey guys, there's something going on in Fortnite tomorrow. Can someone give me a streaming setup? Thankfully, people here at EWC hooked it up, so I will be live later today. But yeah, I cut my vacation short to be here, but I wouldn't want it any other way.
Can I tell you something? That speaks to my very soul. I completely relate to and understand that. What do you think of the format here? What do you think of the fact it's not Battle Royale? We've got this 4v4, we've got these game modes. I come from a Call of Duty background, Quake, Unreal Tournament, so these game modes are familiar to me, but what do you make of them?
So this is very interesting because like you said, this is our first time seeing these professional Fortnite players that are typically Battle Royale playing in a more traditional esport format, capture the flag, team deathmatch and whatnot. And we're seeing the meta for it develop in real time. I was there in Dallas when they were playing for the qualifiers, and it was extremely intense. Like, some people think because it's zero build and it's not Battle Royale that it's not as competitive or high skill. Yeah. But these players literally like push it to limits we haven't seen yet in the Fortnite space, and it's pretty exciting.
I mean, one of the things I've been asking Blake about is he came in strong from before the games began. He was the only member of the on-air team, including main broadcast and ours, that said XZ are going to win. XZ 3-0 Falcons, and they did. What was some of the plays? It was Trashy replaced by Cold, right?
Yeah, so XZ actually dropped Trashy after qualifying for the EWC for Cold, and I want to get your opinion on that, as Cold as a player is obviously really good. What are your thoughts on that decision?
So that was a big moment. Obviously, a lot of people were a little bit upset, but I understand, you got to do what it takes to win, and Cold is one of the best players and best fighters in Fortnite.
Okay.
Other pro players are afraid of going up against him, and we're already seeing that come into play with how well he's performing.
One of the things I'd love, I know you haven't been able to see many of the games, but one of the things I found fascinating is trying to like decode Blake's Fortnite Battle Royale brain, relating it to my Call of Duty experience, like the communication, the play style, the fact that we've got Hardpoint, that we got Keeper in there. What it plays like, is Kanata the IGL for Dignity Recalls with Acorn?
Acorn's the IGL, but Kanata's just very vocal. So that's why a lot of people think he might be the IGL.
Thank you. This is what I wanted to say. So between like Kanata and Acorn, you've got these kind of personalities that are very strong. One who's the official IGL, one who maybe has the personality traits of IGL. How can it be different from a Battle Royale to these game modes?
Well, the thing is, like, Battle Royale is like split-second decisions that, can end in a victory or a quick elimination, whereas this kind of game mode, there's constant respawns, so you have to control the flow from the beginning, middle, and end, or else you start losing your pace. And I know Kanata personally, I've had him even in my ear coaching me before in competitive scenarios, and he is very demanding of his players. He's very loud and very affirmative when he makes the calls, and that's what you kind of need, especially if you're not winning. You need someone on your side that's loud and can like boost the confidence of the whole squad.
And it definitely seems to be the case. Now, what was the upset that we had? Was it R8 taking down Fnatic? I remember this.
I think that's what it was.
I think that was. I'm pretty sure it was as well.
I'll double check on that one.
We'll double check it a bit later, but I mean, when we do look at now, we get into eliminations, best of sevens.
It was KS7 took down Fnatic.
KS7 taking down Fnatic. When you see some of these bigger orgs, like in Fortnite, we've had less upsets than in Street Fighter 6 and TFT. In TFT, it's completely upside down. The lower ranked teams are smashing the uppers. Street Fighter 6, I think the pool's very competitive, so we've seen a lot. How do we determine what is an upset and what's not an upset for teams and clubs that haven't really done a lot of experience in these game modes?
It's a lot harder because this is a new format, but there are players that are they're natural winners. Like, you know, we talk about Peter Bot. He's going in on back-to-back FNCS wins, multiple Cash Cup wins, and he's trying to carry that momentum over into an EWC win. So there's some expectations on some of these players who are naturally winning in Battle Royale, and people expect them to come in here and win, even though the format is very different.
That's awesome. Okay, well, look, let's take a little step away. Do you have anything else to ask about the tournament? Because if not, I want to talk about Fortnite and talk about you as a content creator. How much esports do you cover? I imagine you do some co-streaming, but like, what's the bread and butter for Sypher's channel?
I mean, I am a content creator through and through, but when it comes to Fortnite, especially when they made the change to bring the servers over to Texas, that's where I'm from, I decided to take it a lot more seriously. I was like, now the servers are here, I don't have any more excuses, it's time to start grinding. So I started getting back, you know, yeah.
Oh, what? Wow!
You got to get back into competitive a little bit, especially the last couple of seasons. So I am now, you know, I'm watching the FNCS, I'm even playing in the qualifiers, trying to make it. And, you know, if I happen to qualify, I'd probably be the oldest person to qualify by like 5 years.
That's been a big thing on this show, is talking about how young the Fortnite audience is compared to the other
It's also, I'll say this as well, I'm actually surprised. You've spent a lot of time with me. As the host of the show, I've been here for a while. I antagonize my guests to generate conversation. I just wasn't expecting him to antagonize you. That was a shock.
I mean, fair enough.
It's just a stereotype in the Fortnite scene.
But what I will say this, though, is the fact that Fortnite's here, it is a game mode. I don't want to use the word competitive. That's not fair. We have multiple battle royales here. It's a different look for Fortnite, right?
Oh, yeah.
So what is it like as a Fortnite core guy looking at the fact that you've got Call of Duty, you've got Apex, you've got Counter-Strike, we had League of Legends, we had Dota. I mean, to me, it's a big deal seeing all these games side by side. What's it like from your perspective?
I mean, it's incredible seeing like different BRs come in and then Fortnite come in a more flexible way. It kind of shows that Fortnite can be a lot of different things. And with the creative mode now, I'm expecting more diversity in the competitive scene. And with, you know, places like EWC giving like legitimacy to this new game mode, pro players will follow through and it will become an official thing where, yes, there's the Battle Royale competitive side of things, but then you have your traditional like 4v4 side of things, and the audience will follow as well.
Got it.
Yeah, and you make a lot of UEFN maps, and so seeing an event like this on creative maps, custom maps made by creators, does this like encourage you to want to make something competitive?
Oh, 100%. I mean, that's the fact that this map is made using the tools that were given to the players. It's like, it's not an official Epic mates, like, you know, people made it and they made it extremely well to the point where people are competing for hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars on it. That just shows like the potential there for future UEFN maps being competitive.
I know you have been traveling and you literally just got here. Have you been able to see the Keeper game mode, the Keeper map in it? And if you say no, it's absolutely fine.
No, so it wasn't in the qualifier, so I haven't gotten a chance to see it yet.
Bro, it's gonna blow your mind. Okay, so look, Keeper game mode, right? All you have to do, pick the key up. But the thing that's amazing is that here at the tournament, we have this totem. The totem represents all 22 tournaments, 21 games for the 8 weeks. When a club or a team or individual player wins, their little triangle keyframe gets placed on the totem, lives there forever. But there's a little triangle key that represents your team or your play, your club. When you're eliminated from the tournament, those keys get crushed, okay? That exact key is what you're carrying in game. I'm actually gonna ask you to take a look at the screen right now. So this is the pneumatic press, Sypher, that when a player or a club is eliminated, the team that knocks them out gets to walk over to the pneumatic press and completely crush their literal like representation of their life at the tournament.
That is hardcore. That is great.
What would you think Fortnite teams will be doing as their decision making? Because if you win the tournament, you get the trophy. It's the round disc. You get to place your key in the middle of the trophy. It says your club's name, your player name. And then you get to emboss 3 of your opponents underneath it permanently forever.
So 3 individual opponents or teams?
It's going to be teams. So in the case of Fortnite, let's say hypothetically Xset win, they could pick Carmine Corps, Falcons, Fnatic. They could pick anyone else. Do you think the clubs, that the teams will be picking for salty reasons or respectful reasons?
When it comes to Fortnite, it is a younger competitive scene.
So
there's a lot more trash talk.
Yes!
So
There's
much
a lot
toxicity.
more rivalries, and trust me, like, they will rub it in their face 100%. There's very, I mean, respect while competing.
Of course.
But when they win, no respect.
Listen,
Like,
I completely agree. I completely agree with this. I want to ask you this, and I'm going to ask Blake the same question, right? Out of the top 8, I wonder if we can get that quarterfinal bracket. I haven't prepared this. If we are able to get the quarterfinal bracket up, what I will do actually, I'll quickly grab it over here for you. I'm going to ask you to think of a team and who you think their opponents, who they'd actually put into that trophy. Blake, I'll come to you first because you know Xset. You're going to believe in them. Oh, yes, we've got this. Amazing. So, Blake, if Xset win, which 3 opponents do they put in their trophy?
Exceed is 100% their first pick. With all the DreamHack Dallas beef, they're 100% putting Exceed. And for the other 2, I would
remember,
say...
they can also do from group stage. Any team has been eliminated, right? Doesn't have to be eliminated by their hands.
That's true. I feel like Xset's the team that would pick a lot of the NA teams.
Okay.
So I feel like Dignitas would 100% go on there just because of like the talent of the team.
Sypher, can I ask you? Can I ask you? I don't want the Xset one. I want you to tell me what would be the spiciest selections. Like, let's say hypothetically, I don't know, Falcons win or Dignitas win. Who's got the biggest beef that would give me the biggest drama that I could talk about on my show?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the team with the biggest target on their back, the top 2 teams, is Xset and Exceed.
Okay.
They have the biggest trash talkers. Exceed has.
So pretty much, if any other team wins, like you can expect their key. To be in the
yeah, Xset and Exceed are guaranteed to be crushed if they don't win. 100%.
Oh, I love that so much. I love that so much. Just a very quick update for you. You can see at the bottom of your screen, Street Fighter 6, EWC_Fighters is the stream. Gacha-kun picked up a 3-1 scoreline. I want to just quickly show Sypher some more of those keys being crushed. The reason I want to do it is ask you about the tournament as a whole. I imagine you've actually seen a lot of them. You can see on your screen right now, Team BDS, this was the Rainbow Six Siege team. Their key frame is embossed on the totem behind them. And what they're showing to the camera is the 3 opponents that will be permanently embossed underneath their trophy. As somebody that's probably watched a lot of tournaments that can appreciate the competitive side of things, what is this unique system like as a viewer, as a streamer, as somebody to create content around it?
I mean, it adds a little bit more emotion. Like, obviously, you want to win, but then to also kind of like crush your opponent's trophy and then also trying to keep your token alive.
Yeah.
Like, it adds some layers to
Really
it. And
does.
I think it makes it a little bit more personal and it drives the players. And some of these players are probably playing even harder. Forget the prize pool.
Yeah.
They care about that pride a little bit more.
Oh, yes. Look, there's a lot of that on the line. We are going to be wrapping this interview. Blake, any other thoughts or anything to add on? If not, I'm going to do a test for you. Do you remember what Sam calls that totem thing?
I do not.
Boulevard of?
The Boulevard of Keys.
Broken Keys.
Broken
Come on,
Keys.
you're so young. I don't even think you know Panic at Disco. Anyways, the Boulevard of Broken Keys is what we're calling them. What's the band? Tell me the band. Green Day? Oh, they suck. Anyways, Sypher, I'm going to say thank you so much for your time. I'll ask you to give a shout out. I think you're going to be camera number 2. We'll double check in a second.
Number 1.
Number 1. Thank you. Blake knows this. Let us know where to find you, what's happening for the rest of the week, and any message you'd love to send to your fans of the Fortnite viewers.
Well, thank you, EWC, for having me. This has been amazing so far. I just got here, but I'm already having a blast. You guys can find me at SypherPK pretty much on every platform. I'm going to be here tonight. I'm going to be in the venue tomorrow all day, and I will be watching the Fortnite finals and semifinals play out, so I'm excited to see how that wraps up.
Will you be streaming those, or you just watching them as a fan?
I'm streaming today, but tomorrow I'm just watching.
Oh, watching as a fan. Okay, well, listen, if you want to gank him, that means you got to come to the venue. Come say hi, get an autograph. Sypher, sit there for me for just one moment. We will be heading off the Boulevard of Broken Keys. Apparently, it's Green Day. Apologies, Sam. We're going to take a very quick look into the Street Fighter 6 tournament. After that, I'll bring the boys back on the sofa and continue with the show.
I thought I lost because jury